Hello folks and welcome back to Shogun Total War. I am Kanastep and this is going to be part 7 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Clan Shimazu. And in the last episode I did finally attack the Takeda here in southern Honshu, and I did drive them out of Seoul and Awami. So I will be building some castles in these two provinces, and once these castles are finished then I can continue my advance into southern Honshu. I will attack. This is going to be, who is this? So this is Shimazu Yoshihisa, and he is my second eldest son. And he will be pushing on into Aki first. And then once I've taken Aki, which I presume the Takeda forces here will simply just retreat to Bingo, where they will make their last stand here in southern Honshu, would be my guess. And then once I have Aki, then I can take Bingo and Izumo at the same time, because if I attack from Iwami into Izumo at the same time as I make this attack, then I will be leaving Iwami open to attack from the Takeda forces here in Bingo, so I will have to do this one step at a time here. So that's going to be the play there. I think these armies, this army's mostly fine. This did not lose much at all during the attack here in Seoul. This is the battle, if I remember correctly, where the Takeda forces basically just kind of broke and ran off the map. And that was a really good outcome for me. So my daimyo's forces are a little bit more chewed up. A bit more. I mean, I have to say, if I'm looking at this rebel army here, this is the one that's mostly just spear units. It is being led by a 2-star general. And there is a fair bit of Yari Samurai. And remember that I barely have any Yari Samurai myself. I've been mostly just sticking with my Ashigaru so far in this campaign. But I do have the Yari Samurai that I did start the campaign with, which is these 2 units here, and then also I think I have 1 unit here in my son's army. Yeah, there he is. And they do have some armor upgrades by now, so yeah, they're okay. They're going to be building up some honor as well. And going on into fighting just a mass horde of spears, how is my army going to do? Considering that it is a little bit chewed up, I would say that the units that I need to use to kill spears, being my Nodachi Samurai and my guns and even my archers, those units seem like they're kind of okay, right? You know, my Nodachi Samurai look relatively healthy, and my archers are okay, my guns are okay. This unit of both units of Yari Cav got a little bit chewed up, but they're not going to be big players in this battle, right? Because again, mostly spears. I'm going to be keeping my Yari Cav well out of that fight until I actually have units that are breaking and running away, and then I will be able to chase them down. So I think I will be able to make all of these attacks just in an ongoing, just keep marching forward. You know, I don't have to worry about retraining all of these units before I make these moves, and that will keep things moving a little bit faster now. Now that I do have Seoul and Awami, this is a big grab for me, because I was saying in the last episode that I didn't have a lot of troop producing facilities and that didn't feel good. And now that's going to be fixed, because these are provinces that do have the iron sands deposits, and that's going to allow me to build armories, and that helps me justify making these into troop producing facilities, right? Now I did kind of like, I got desperate and I ended up building a spear dojo here in Busan that I'm never ever going to use. Because as soon as I took Tosa, I realized, oh, I captured a spear dojo, and Tosa does come with a +1 honor bonus for Ashigaru units. So I will just be training my spears from here now, because I will continue to use spears, Ashigaru that is, for my spears for a while more. You know, I'm not really in a hurry to switch to Yari Samurai. You know, the Ashigaru are getting the job done, and using that +1 honor bonus from Tosa, and then bringing them over here to southern Honshu and giving them armor bonuses is going to be a good job for me. So I don't need this spear dojo anymore. I'm just never going to use it. Not that I need the money for it, but I may as well just destroy this, because yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, it's only going to give me 125 koku, but let's just get rid of that spear dojo. Yeah, I'm never going to use that. That was I kind of panicked, and then I ended up keeping the dojo here, and that ended up working in my favor. So that's going to be fine. I am bringing over my 3rd eldest son, I believe, Shimazu Yoshihiro. I believe he is my 3rd eldest, yes. And then I have a 4th son who's just a few turns away before he becomes of age, Shimazu Norihisa. I will have to keep an eye on that. That's going to be, in just a few turns. And then Shimazu Hisa is going to be quite a ways away, so I don't have to think about any more heirs for quite a while after after this next one. So, but it's good, you know, having all of these are good generals, you know, 4-star general here, 4-star general here. My daimyo's worked his way up to a 4-star. And then my eldest son, he's been having a hard time, you know, Shimazu Yoshimoto, he lost that tough battle, fighting that siege battle here in Tosa. And yeah, he's been having a tough time, but maybe he can sort of, you know, work his way back and eventually get that elusive 4th star at some point. His army is very, very beat up though, so he's not going to be going into action anytime soon. And I am bringing his younger brother over here to Sanuki to eventually lead an attack into Baizen. This is an all-archer army to complement this all-spear army over here in Azumo. And this is going to be super annoying, but yeah, it's just a million archers. I think the plan for this is to swap out my guns and just bring 2 more units of Yarikav is my idea for this. And that's just going to give me a couple more pressure pieces to put on these archers. In addition to that, I can probably try to fight in the rain. If I can get lucky and fight in a rainstorm, then that's going to heavily diminish the effectiveness of those archers. Hopefully that works out for me. Yeah, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. I'll be maybe attacking in spring, you know, would be a decent idea for that. Yeah, my arquebusiers, they're going to be useless. You know, there's not going to be any point in having these arquebusiers for that fight, so there's no point in bringing them. For the time being, though, what am I building here in Satsuma? I am building a famous sword dojo for the +1 honor bonus from the building, plus that +1 honor bonus from the province is going to be good for my Nodachi Samurai. And yeah, then I can build a legendary sword dojo after that for +2 honor bonus for, yeah, that's going to be really sweet. So I may as well just go straight to that afterwards. Yeah, why wait? +1 honor is just so good, you know, +2 morale, +1 defense, and +1 attack for each point of honor is just so good. And then I am working on getting that geisha house going here in Osumi as well. I have a few ninjas that I can bring out to whatever front lines I feel like needs them. Maybe it looks like I don't have any ninjas out here, so let's bring them up here. And then I do think, let's see, I need a lot more shinobi now that I'm looking around. You know, it's funny, I keep thinking I have enough, but then I look around and I'm like, Jesus, I need more. So let's get going on that here in Osumi. Yeah, because I want, as I mentioned before, I do want 4 shinobi around all of my heirs, and then 2 around my daimyo, and then that's not even including a shinobi for every single province that I have as well. You know, so now that I'm getting all of these heirs out, like right away, I need a lot of them to protect, a lot of shinobi to protect my heirs. So yeah, I need to keep going, need to stay vigilant on that. And let's see, I can move these priests up. You can move here, and then you can probably move, yeah, move up here. I'm still working on spreading my agents out. The Takeda clan were attacked by the Yasugi clan at the same time that I attacked them, so that was not a good turn for them. They're going to lose Kai, which is their capital, and then that's going to leave them just with Saruga, and then I'm assuming Izu as well. So yeah, they're going to be on their way out, but still there is peace between the Yasugi and the Oda. So the Oda is still, you know, they've been given some leeway, but they're just, look at how many rebels there are here in Issa, you know, even Yamashiro, and it's tough. They've had a tough, you know, that's a tough grind to get through all of that. And the Yasugi clan have taken Kaga, which is a big grab because there's so many warrior monks typically in Kaga. So, and this is going to provide +1 honor for warrior monks. So that's good for the Yasugi clan. And considering that they already do have Naginata Cav out, like, oof, man, they could be good. But at the same time, like, as I say that, it's interesting. There's literally no one here in Shinano or Hida. And the Oda have forces that could potentially attack if they wanted to into either of these provinces. That's interesting. Shinano is a really good province, but yeah, the Yasugi clan have their heir, Yasugi Kenshin, here. Poor guy hanging out in his Ashigawa unit, yeah. And yeah, they're just ganging up on Takeda. They just left their provinces completely open. And I'd be curious to see where the rest of their armies are. They have to have them. They must be bordering the Hojo, which are still here in Tsugami, and that's it. So yeah, the Yasugi must have their forces here, would be what I assume. With that being said, though, it is part of the Yusugi personality to work on technology and upgrades before numbers, and that's mentioned here. I can't remember if I read this off to you before, but yeah, you can read this. You can pause and read this if I already have or haven't. But yeah, it's part of the Yusugi personality is to work on teching up, right? And that really solidifies the fact that I need to make sure that I get these geishas out. Because even though I haven't seen any geishas yet, I'm still like, it's still in my back of my mind, right? I will be facing probably, it's probably going to be a clash, right, between me and the Yusugi. That's what it's looking like. Just this titanic, epic duel between two huge factions is, probably right in the middle of Japan, would be my guess. So, I'm not rushing it because I want that big fight. I want that big fight. That's obviously why I've been taking my time here. And not also just because I like fighting with full armies as well. So in any case, I think, let's see, as far as what else am I building up? I'm building up a fortress so I can tech up to further buildings here in Nagato. And let's see, Io is working on a large castle so I can eventually get a church. Tosa is working on a church, and Tsunuki should be working on a port. Awa is already working on a port. That's all good stuff. And I think all of these provinces are good to go. Like, they have everything that I need them to have. Ports, Portuguese trading posts, and churches. That's like the main thing. And maybe these places are worth another farm upgrade for Chikuzen and Chikugo. And that's probably it. They're probably not worth a third farm upgrade, I don't think. And is there anything? Yeah, Suo and Iwami are working on the castles that they're going to start off with. And let's see. I am training my upgraded guns, my musketeers here in Bungo. I'm getting, yes, the Jesuit priests are going out as well. Continuing to spread the good word. You can probably come, let's see, where do I want you? Here? Yeah, no forces. Man, Dewa's really underdeveloped. But it's a rich province. It's making 600. It's gold. So it's making 600 off its mine. And then almost 700 off its farms. Yeah, Yusugi's they're rich. But I'm rich too, thanks to God and Jesus. I'm also a rich faction. A couple more turns later, and that is it for Lord Takeda. Yeah, he has been forced to grant seppuku, and his son has taken over command of the Takeda clan. Oh, so they're still alive. Oh, okay, yeah, succession. Right. There you have it. Yeah, I don't see that very often. That's not, yeah, so that's just when the daimyo gets trapped? Is it? Is that what it is? Is that when the daimyo just gets trapped in a garrison or I can't. Yeah, I can't remember like why exactly does that video play? Because typically it would just be them dying in battle and you would get a different message. So why do they commit seppuku exactly? I'm not sure. I'm not like in game. I get the historical idea behind it, but I don't know in game what triggers that. In any case, yeah. So that's I wonder where the next heir is going to be. Is it here? I don't think he's in Southern Honshu. In any case, I have 8,000 koku. That's insane. So that's just an average harvest. So that's really good. So he's not. He is here. Oh shit. Okay, Takeda Nobushige. Yeah, he's down here in Aki. And he is just a 2-star general. So they're on their way out. The Yasugi did pretty well to clean up down here. And yeah, here's the Hojo clan. They have 2 stacks, so that's maybe why the Yasugi have not attacked so far, is because there actually is some numbers down here. Is it formidable? Not really. There's only 1 unit of warrior monks. They do have an heir, which is a 4-star general, but unfortunately he is overshadowed by his 2-star father, Hojo Ujitsuna. So that is unfortunate for them, but I wonder, you would think at this point the Yasugi should be ready to attack and finish off the Hojo, but I gotta say, you know, looking at these Yasugi armies that do surround the Hojo, you know, I don't know. The archers are good. The archers can do a lot of damage for sure. So we will see how long the Hojo hang out here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. Anything else? I think because the castles are finished here in Seoul and Awami, I am ready to attack here. I did make sure that in that last battle, I made a mistake. I had one extra Nodachi Samurai. Ended up being a good mistake, but I do want my archer. I want 3 archers in this composition. So I can attack into Aki. Again, as I was saying before, I think that they will just retreat into Bingo. We will see though. And I will wait for this to resolve itself before I do go into Izumo as well. Should I send a ninja after this daimyo, 2-star general? I don't think there's a high chance of killing him. It's a 1 honor ninja and a 14% chance. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, I think that they're going to retreat anyway, but we can see what we can get done. In fact, you know, now that I think about it, actually, no, don't do that. Cancel this because, yes, they will retreat from Aki. And once they go to Bingo, that 2-star daimyo is going to overrule this 3-star general. So let's do that. Let's play some 4th dimensional chess here and make sure that the general that we want to face is the one that's going to be there. So, all right, that's going to be good for us. And now I do have my heir in place here. And as I was saying before, I want to remove these guns from this army. You can come up and then let's get... I'm going to train up 2 more horses here in Nagato. Or no, 1 more horse. 1 more Yari Cav in Nagato. And that's going to fill out that remaining spot here in this army. And in a couple more turns, I can attack here in Bison. I think... Actually, shit, I don't think it's going to be ready yet because 1 turn, 2 turns. Yeah, it's not going to be ready to attack in spring. And I want to get that rain. I think rain is a better chance in spring than summer, but does it really matter that much? Yeah, I guess I'll attack in summer and just hope that I can get some rain. Yeah, I can get rain in summer. I believe in it. I believe in rain. I believe in the rain. I am trying to retrain my guy as well. My oldest son needs to get his unit retrained in these Nodachi Samurai. Now that we have sufficient forces here in Awa just to defend it, let's bring the rest of these soldiers here to Nagato and get those, just to retrain these, units and get those armor upgrades as well. That's going to be pretty sweet for us. Now that I can start thinking about what do I want to train here in Seoul and Awami, I have to think because Nagato, I kind of went all out here in Nagato. I can train pretty much everything here except for Nodachi Samurai. I can train my light cav, my cav archers, my yari cav, Naginata infantry, my spears, my archers, and my guns. Yeah, the only thing I can't train here is the Nodachi Samurai. So I suppose that is something that I should be focusing on, is getting an armor province for my Nodachi Samurai. And then I can start specializing from there. Like I can do a province that specializes in spears, for instance, or maybe archers, and just keep really specializing, right? Now, the thing though is that I do want ports though. At the very least, I do want ports in these provinces just because this is the time to do it. You know, like it's tough to do it in the middle of teching up to training certain soldiers, but yeah, it's brutal getting those 5 turns out of the way for those ports. But you really do not want to have a troop producing facility that can't automatically just shift a unit wherever you want it to immediately. You know, like you want it to be able to move immediately using that port to go to another province with the port. It just feels so bad if you can't do that. So yeah, it's better just to get this port out of the way. And then I will not be focusing on the other income buildings immediately, like the Portuguese trading post and the church. I will save until I can at least get the units that I want to be able to train in these provinces. And then I can go back and focus on economy. So for now, let's get these ports out of the way. And then, yeah, I think of Nodachi Samurai here in Seoul. And then Awami, I mean, since I can already get the cavalry and Nagato, maybe just keep it like that. And then Iwami can just be, for instance, it could be like archers, maybe. Or maybe spears. Spears and Naginata infantry. Yeah, also I have 5 turns to think about that, but that's going to be the idea going forward. As to be expected, the Takeda have retreated from my key, and now they are sending an emissary towards me. And sorry guys, this is not going to help you out. Yeah, this is your last province, and this is going to be the end for you. Not quite yet. This is still have to deal with this. So it's going to take 2 turns for this castle to be sieged out. Or I could just attack it. It's a small castle. And they just have 1 archer and then half a unit of cav archers. So they can provide a bit of shooting. And they do have 2 units of Yari Samurai. So there is a bit for me to get through. On the plus side, being able to keep that castle would be nice. But I don't think it's worth the lives of my men, honestly. Is there anything else here? There's an armory here as well. Gosh. Keeping the armory would be... that might be worth the lives of my men. I think armories take 6 turns to build. So there is an argument for... Yeah. Let's attack this castle and try to keep these buildings. And then once that's over, then I can attack Bingo and Izumo at the same time. And then as far as... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to wait 1 more turn before... Oh no, I don't have a port in Sanuki yet, so... no, my calves, my army's not gonna be quite ready to attack Bison in spring or summer. I'm going to be attacking in fall. I could still get rain in fall. Or autumn. Or maybe I just wait till next year just to try to get spring again. I feel like it's important to get rain. It feels like that's a... it feels like I need to get the best chance I can. How about I just wait for spring next year? That's fine. I've been playing this campaign so slowly that what does it matter if I just wait another 4 turns to be attacking during the season that I think is going to give me the best chance against a million archers. If I am going to be making Nagato my cavalry producing province, then maybe that's why I went for Fortress, just so I could get the famous Horse Dojo, which is going to give me +1 honor for my spear, or for my Yari Cav and my Cav archers. So yeah, let's get the famous Horse Dojo. That's going to be good. +2 morale, +1 attack and defense for my Cav units. That's going to be pretty sweet. Then after that, I can get whatever I want, really. Legendary Armory could be good. Golden Palace maybe is going to be more important than armor for my Light Cav. I feel like Light Cav's morale is just so low. That's how I feel. So I feel like getting the +1 or the +2 morale from the honor bonus, and then getting an additional +2 morale. I feel like that's good. It's an expensive building though. It's crazy the value of the dojos versus the other buildings. Like the dojos are just so much better, you know, to get that honor bonus. It just offers so much more. But when you want to tech up in certain directions for certain types of units, it can be good to look at something and be like, okay, I'd rather have morale over armor for certain things. And the drill dojo as well, I think, can be a good building for my light cav. Because something that I've been considering, something that someone else has been talking to me about, I think in my medieval videos more like, is the idea that it can be useful to just route your cav units to get them out of bad engagements quickly and easily, and then just trying to rally them at some point. And this is a building that specifically specializes in giving your troops a better chance of rallying. In medieval, that doesn't exist. You don't have a building that does this. But this could be good for this. So, like for this purpose, right? For you know, light cav. So how about it? How about I get a golden palace and then just chill dojo, and I don't have to think about Nagato for quite a while after this. And Satsuma, I think, is working on that legendary sword dojo. That's good. Am I still building that? So the geisha house is finished, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Or is it? Is it? Yes, it is. So the geisha house is finished here in Osumi. And currently, I'm still just training so many freaking shinobi that I feel like I should get another province that can train shinobi, just so that Osumi can focus on geishas. That's what I'm thinking. So let's keep training shinobi there for now, but then let's get another province going, like just Hyzen, doesn't really matter where, or Buzen, or anything really, and just get a tea house. Only takes 2 turns. And let's get that going. That way I can just switch Osumi on over, because I think geishas take 4 turns to train for a single geisha, so it really does shut down your shinobi production if you're trying to do it in one province. And considering that I have an heir here that basically just got his first shinobi, you know, and that's not good enough. I need 4 shinobi and all of my heirs. And ooh, speaking of which, I just have another heir that's gonna be trained up in this. Yep, I've just got Shimazu Norihisa. So yeah, I need a frick ton of shinobi coming out. So let's make sure I'm getting a cav archer here in Satsuma, because this is where my next heir is going to be trained. And yeah, that's fine. So just to train a few more shinobi here in Osumi before this building is finished here in Buzen, and then I can transfer geisha production on over here to Osumi. It is now time for a castle assault. Let's get in here. Let's do it myself. Let's make sure it's done the right way. You know, like last time. Well, we did get fine weather this time, so that's on our side so far. And doesn't this look exactly like the last map where we played a siege battle on? Like exactly the same, where there's the drop off on the side and the cliff on the side. Like, what the heck is going on? I thought that the provinces had different siege maps, but I guess not. We are beginning to get shot at, and my arquebusiers in just one volley took a pretty massive loss of lives, and this was on loose formation as well. So I'm just looking at the units that are getting shot. I'm looking at my unit cards down here, and if they're getting shot, I'm putting them in loose formation, but once they're up here, I'm going to want these guys in close formation so they can shoot better. And let's get my archers around to the side here. And then, yeah, you can go over here as well. I want to get my archers over to the side. I think there's going to be a better place for them to shoot here. And then the guns, there's only thing for them to do is just to get right up here to, like, yeah, right up close. And are you guys getting shot at? Yeah, you are. So let's put you in loose formation as well. And yeah, guns, sorry, I'm gonna have to put you back in close formation. Hopefully it's not too devastating for you. Yeah, but go in close formation, get into your formation, and start getting some volleyed rounds off at these Yari Samurai. And then let's get these bows around to the side so that they can start shooting down the line into these units. Oh, hey, we got some Takeda, we have some cav archers out here. Okay, I was wondering what these guns were shooting at, so let's maybe... It's interesting that they can go still in revolving fire when they're in loose formation. That's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, let's bring you up here, and you guys may as well like start shooting at cav archers. Of course, the cav archers might charge my guys, and then I'd be screwed. Let's get maybe a Yari cav and a spear up here as well. They could be useful for charging down some cav archers if I need them to. So yeah, maybe you guys come up here and then maybe get some spearmen just to maybe just be close by if I need them. How are my archers doing? Are they doing anything? Are they getting any work done here? I don't know. It's hard to see. Yeah, getting like 1 kill a volley. I don't know. I don't know about that. My archers though, now that they are in position, yeah, I don't really care who they shoot at as long as they're getting getting damage in. Now we have some Ashigaru marching on us, so I'm going to see if I can get some gunshots into them. Looks like they're moving up to try to screen out my Yari calves. Let's bring over my own Ashigaru to screen out their guys. And since they are not inside of the castle, they are not immune to being broken. You know, these guys can get... Ooh, wow, that was a volley. Holy shit, that was a volley. Man, it'd be nice if these guys could get a volley like that. Let's maybe bring these guys up a little bit further, and maybe if just by shooting point blank, I think the hill might be kind of obstructing them a little bit. And yeah, let's see, like point blank, let's see if they can start carving through these guys. Looks like we are doing some damage against the archers. Yeah, that looks to be going okay. I did bring this unit of archers back because I think that they can shoot better from this far back. I think up close, they're a little bit too close to this wall. And how is this going? Did we wipe out that unit of Ash? They're still around. Okay, so they're routing. Let's send my cav to just run these guys down. And my spears can come up here. And then let's bring my guns around over here to maybe get in on these cav archers here. And yeah, 4 of those Ashigaru got inside that castle, but I don't know how good that's going to be for them because, oh my god, they just got ran down. They ran right in front of a firing line and just got gunned down. And it looks like this might be working for us now. Having these guns right up close to the castle. Yeah, this is good. We're getting some good damage in on these units. Instead of wasting more ammunition from my guns, let's just send my cav archers out, or my Yari cav out, to chase down these cav archers. They are literally designed to kill these units. They are faster than them, and they have a bonus versus cavalry. So let's send them out, and let's save the ammunition on my guns. Just because at the rate that this is going, I don't think I would want to go inside this castle, right? If I have enough bullets and arrows to get rid of everyone inside this castle without having to charge this entrance, then I will take that. Ooh, yikes. Now these cav archers are getting into our foot archers, but they should break. Yeah, they're running away. And yeah, that's going to be it for those cav archers there. Now my archers are all out of ammunition, so now it's just up to my guns. This unit still has not even used up half its ammunition. And then this unit pretty much has a full stock of bullets left, so... It looks like they still are shooting a little bit. Yeah, they still have some arrows left. But at the rate that this is going, I think, we should be able to mow through them. This is going quite well, just having these guys on fast forward. They're not. This is the first unit. The first unit is still firing, and just look at that. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, you guys. Well, yeah, you did well. You did very well. All right, let's bring over the other unit of arquebusiers, and now we just have to get through 17 samurai archers, and that'll be good. That'll be good. And that's going to be it. The general's down, and now that's the last guy. All right, not bad. We got good weather. That went pretty well for us. And unfortunately, those arquebusiers did not gain a single point of honor. That's so ridiculous. They killed 96 guys. They didn't get any honor. These archers, though, on the other hand, gained a point of honor for killing 2 men and only losing 4. What? What? I don't understand. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure it's tracked battle to battle. So I'm pretty sure that what that means is it's tracking the amount of kills per each man in the unit from battle to battle, and then it just adds it up. So I that's what I think. That's what I think. But still, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's not fair. Whatever. Moving on, we will be getting those musketeers to replace those arquebusiers soon enough, I guess, at any point. So, yes, my other son has come of age, so he's now ready. Let's go take a look at him. And yeah, he's a 3-star general, so not quite as good as his 2 brothers that came before him, but he's as good as his dad was. Yeah, Shimazu Norihisa. All right, Cav Archer, love it. Where do I even want you? Like, where do I need another person. Running out of... see, that's the thing about having like a narrow front to fight on, is that it's like, where do I put my other son? Let's just put him somewhere safe for now, which is going to be Sanuki, because Sanuki has enough shinobi. Yeah, there's at least there's 5 shinobi here, so let's bring him here to Sanuki. And he can hang out there for now. With that castle out of the way, Shimazu Yoshihisa is now ready to just barrel on into the Takeda clan and get rid of them once and for all. As long as the loyalty in Aki does hold, and I can bring some soldiers from Soro Aki just to kind of help maintain that. And as far as Aki goes, I know that they do have silver. Yeah, silver, and they have not built a mine here. And I was able to keep that armory though, so that's good. That feels very good. So let's start building a mine. It just costs 500 koku, and it's going to give me 400 koku per turn, or per year. That is. So yeah, let's get that going. And then I can work on whatever else I want from there. And let's still wait one more turn before I attack Izumo. I don't know if there's going to be a funky thing where the Takeda army can attack into Izumo while I'm attacking the daimyo into Izumo. That's going to be... see, it depends on who has the agency during the end turn sequence. So, and I know the AI does, so I'm just going to play it safe. And I'll get rid of the Takeda first, and then I can attack into Izumo from Iwami in the turn after. So I think that's going to be fine. I decided to bring my newest heir over to Nagato so that I can retrain him and get him that silver armor upgrades from the famous armory. Yeah, let's just do that. May as well. Like, why not? And down here, yeah, I'm just going to wait until next year before I attack into Baizen, I think. Yeah, let's just wait till next spring. Because I just got this unit of Yari Cav, and they can't attack into Baizen this turn, so I would have to be attacking in autumn, and I just really think it is important to get rain, if I can, during this battle here in Baizen. Here comes the fight in Bingo, and last I checked, they do have a few units of armored spearmen, including a couple units of actual Yari samurai, and let's see, a Cav archer, and then some, like, maybe a couple of archer units off of the top of my head. And yeah, they're going to be led by their 2-star daimyo. I think I have enough to get the job done here, so let's fight this battle here in Bingo. We were able to get fine weather, and take a look at this map. I mean, doesn't this look exactly like a map we just fought on? Yeah, Bingo and Seoul. Back-to-back maps. No, they're divided by one province. Aki is in the middle of them. But otherwise, they're maps that are very close to one another that are exactly the same. It's just like, why would they do it? And I love the maps in this game. I think they're very well done. I think they're pretty interesting overall, but it's funny. Yeah, it's funny that they did this. Like, why? They could have built one more map, you know? And I think there might be like 1 or 2 more provinces that share maps. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but this is the one that I think mainly gets played on a lot. I feel like I've played on this map a lot of times. It went well last time. I thought that went pretty well. If I can draw them out of the forest and have them fight me more on an open range and get into my kill zone with my guns and my archers, let's see if I can replicate that result. Now that I am in position and I have rested my men so that they are back up to quite fresh, let's start inching ourselves forward a bit here. Let's at least get my guns here. Let's at least get my infantry sections up here. And then I liked having my right flank up on this hill, sort of. I thought that worked out for me. So let's see if I can do that again. And then what I might have to do... Oops, that's the wrong... I'm doing the wrong thing. You guys go here and then get my cavalry. there. But then I probably want to bring my Yari-Cav forward, because I was using them to try to lure the enemy out of the forest. I am seeing some movement. We are getting some samurai archers poking their heads out. Obviously, these guys are going to be looking at getting some shots in on my cavalry. But yeah, last time I just sort of, I took it. You know, I took a few shots, let them poke out at me a little bit, make them think that they're pushing me back, and I was able to kind of get them out of the forest. So if I can get that result again, I'll take it. And yeah, they're going to continue to push out. Looks like they're not quite shooting yet. Let's bring... Are there any forces? Looks like the spears are moving forward, so let's actually bring these cavalry down here, and then you guys can come back a little bit. Because yeah, if we can bring these spears out, as long as they are continuing to move, which they are not. Right now it seems like they're not moving. But the rest of the army is moving, so as long as they're moving, this unit might be waiting for these units to kind of get into position first. So let's not overreact quite yet, although my center is getting shot by arrows. That doesn't feel great. So maybe move up a little bit with my infantry here and then here. And then maybe move up a little bit here. And perhaps this can entice them to come out a little bit. Now my archers are in range, and now they will be unleashing their salvos into these archers, and they immediately go into loose formation, and we immediately see some movement out of the forest. So yeah, those spears are going to be coming out. I can just keep my cav off to the sides in case there's going to be a break from the enemy. If I see any... It looks like there's some movement back here. Ooh, yeah, there is some... Yeah, the daimyo's back here, along with some Ashigaru, so I have to kind of be careful of that. But if I can wipe out these units... Actually, these units look like they're kind of rotating towards my horses, don't they? Yeah, they might be backing off. It's hard to tell. Let's move forward with my center. It's interesting. Are they going to be moving out of the forest? What is their grand strategy here? I don't want to get caught while I'm in between shifting out, shifting my formations. I'd rather have my entire formation, be set when they attack so that I can be getting shots in with my guns. So it's kind of like trying to predict their next movements. So 3 units of spearmen is what I'm being faced with. It looks like their archers may have backed off a little bit. And are they going to be rushing forward? It kind of looks like... Gosh, it's hard to tell. Are they attacking? What are they doing? Let's try to inch forward with my guns. And if they're going downhill, my cav are well out of reach, so I don't have to worry about my cav getting caught. And maybe bringing up my left flank like here. And then bringing forward my center a little bit more. And I don't really want to... See, with my right flank, let's try to maybe back up a little bit. Yeah, back up a little bit, do a little bit of a refused flank. And that way, yeah, push, yeah, there we go. Now guns are shooting, arrows are shooting. And now if they want to push forward or they have to retreat, it's either or. And if they want to push forward, they're going to get smacked by my left hook, and I have a right hook waiting for them, so... They're going to be caught in a pretty bad position here. Are these guys shooting? Looks like now they are shooting. Okay. And this should be doing a bit of damage to them. All of my archers are shooting. Yeah, all of my archers are shooting. All of my guns are shooting. And obviously they are getting some cover from the woods. So they're not taking an enormous amount of damage. But if I can sort of pressure them to come attack me, it looks like they're not. They're playing pretty cagey here. So good on them. Good on them on... not taking what is obviously a bad fight. Now they have backed off a little bit, at this point, and I have done a bit of damage with my ranged units. So that is good. My archers are pretty low on ammunition. What I'm thinking at this point, here's what I'm thinking is, since they do have armor upgrades, and since they have retreated into the forest, instead of keeping my formation out wide like this, so where I have, a left, a center, and then a right, now let's bring my two flanks together, because these are my more melee-focused sections of my army. They can provide a solid push of spears and Nodachi Samurai, which is going to be a good formation to fight into the woods. Looks like they are backing off out of the woods, but we can continue to push up like this. And as we're moving through the woods, we can just keep our ranged units as just as a reserve. Let's make sure my guns are not on fire at will so that they don't shoot my guys in the back. Typically, the ranged units in this game are pretty good at not shooting if it's going to hurt their own guys. But just to be sure, we can have these guys off fire at will. Now that we are starting to exit the forest and there is yet to be any form of counterattack, it seems like they are just simply pulling back to some high ground. I can bring my center back up to provide their ranged abilities, and I can bring my right flank back out to the actual flank. And I'm sort of keeping my horses out of the woods, but not that it really matters, because yeah, it looks like they're just going to be kind of posting up here, and it looks like they might force me to sort of corral them. That can be annoying sometimes. Luckily, I do have a wide army, and I do have some cavalry. So if they want to keep running away from me, I can eventually corral them. And also, luckily, because I am playing with the battle timer off, I can do this all day. I'm Captain America. I got this. Like, you want to dance? I can go. For anyone that wants to know how I handle this in these situations, what I typically do is I will spread myself really wide. I'll take whatever flank is closest to the edge of the battle map, and I'll just kind of find that red area, which I can't go. And as soon as it turns yellow, that's my line. So then I just drag it out, go wide, and then with my center, again, I don't have to go straight to the edge of that other unit. I can kind of also spread them out, go wide, and then take my right flank, spread them out, go wide, and then take my reserves, which in this case it's going to be my cavalry, and do the same thing. Spread them out and then go wide. And eventually they will be cornered, At this point, they're on low ground, which they really don't want. But yeah, they're not going to keep doing this forever. I will get them eventually. This is somewhat risky. It can be risky if the enemy still has a considerable melee component that can potentially punch through your thin lines. That can be risky, but I'm not too worried about what they have right now. Spears, archers, cav archers, and then their daimyo units. I think each section of my army should be able to handle whatever they throw my way. This is one thing with Medieval that actually is, I think, a bit better, because I do think that the AI doesn't tend to try to draw kite you the same way in Medieval as they do in this game. I have noticed the enemy in Medieval will reposition sometimes. Like, sure, that's fine, that's fair. But the fact that they don't seem to be, there's not as much of this. There really doesn't seem to be. I could be wrong. If you've experienced it a lot of it in Medieval, let me know. But I do think that this is something that, in a lot of ways was fixed once CA made Medieval Total War. Yeah, it's funny. I kind of took it for granted back in the day, but now that I haven't had to deal with much of this lately, it's like, oh man, that, it's nice. So yeah, it's a lot of, it's give and take. There's a lot of give and take with these two games. There's a lot that I really, really like with Shogun, and but then other times, stuff like this will happen. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They really did go to work, and they really did fix a lot of things with when they made that second game, right? Now let's just keep pushing up though. It looks like the noose is somewhat getting tightened at this point, now that my ranged units are in position to start shooting, and I can bring my melee contingent up here. And then, yeah, my right flank, and then my horses can pretty much close the noose. Like, that's going to be it, I think. That's going to be, yeah, that should be a pretty closed noose at this point. And now we can either shoot them to death, or we can close in and melee them. It's really our choice. I still do have some arrows left, but How about I get in range so that my guns can shoot? We can just blow this daimyo away with our guns. That'd be kind of fun. Now we have engaged these archers with our melee corps, or our left flank, I should say. So let's move forward like that. Let's bring up these Yari Samurai up here, and let's push forward to these Nodachi Samurai as well. And then, yeah, looks like our guns... Oh yeah, I forgot to take them off of fire at will. My bad. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, we still have spears here, so let's not charge our horses in against spears. Let's make sure we get rid of those guys. Let's bring over my Nodachi Samurai, though. They can get up here. And then these guys can get up here as well. And yeah, our left flank should probably just beat everything here. Honestly, we can take you guys on engage at will. And it looks like a lot of these guys, some of them are... No, they're still fighting. They're still fighting. Yeah, they're not quite running away yet. So let's bring you guys over like this. And then it looks like now they are charging in. So let's go in. Yeah, they're pushing hard on my left flank. And now let's just charge our cav in here and then here. And then let's bring my general down so he can provide his bonuses. And yeah, that's going to be good. We can just get a full-on surround. As long as my left flank holds, you know. This would be a bad time. They're very tired, of course. They've been chasing this entire time. But yeah, now that their daimyo is running away, it looks like the entire Takeda army is going to try to flee. And I don't think... Uh-oh, that guy might get away. Uh-oh, guys, we have to get him. We have to get that guy. No, it doesn't matter. There's no castle in this province. So any Takeda soldiers... There we go. That's... The daimyo is dead. And any soldiers that get away are... Like, even if this one Nashigaru gets away, it's not going to matter because... Yeah, because there's no castle, so it doesn't matter. Izakubuzi is... Hey, now they got some honor. There you go. So yeah, they got 30 kills, they got some honor. These Ashigaru got a point of honor as well, and then these Nodachi Samurai got 61 kills. Holy shit, wow, nice. Yeah, got a little tedious there at the end, but I'm used to it, honestly. As long as I can edit this well enough, and hopefully it's not going to be too tedious for you to watch. That's what's important here. So bingo is now mine.
Like a fossil tree from which we gather no flowers.
And I really do wish that these faction death poems could be fixed. That'd be really cool. In any case, yeah, faction eliminated. The Takeda clan is now over and done with. So, all right. Yeah, so I'll have to kind of watch their... Let's see. This is on very low taxes, correct? Yeah, and so what was it? 116, 118%? That should be fine, right? But then I'm going to bump up taxes. No. Okay. So let's just keep it at low. Keep it at low taxes. Still making 8,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Let's build a castle here in Bingo. And then I will be able to attack Izumo with my daimyo's army. This turn. Yeah, let's just do that. The enemy forces here in Izumo is going to have 900 men, and I'm going to have 778. So I'm outnumbered by a little bit, but again, I do like my army composition, and they just have spears. So, yeah, let's hope that I can get good weather and good terrain, and then I can just blast them. Never mind, all I can get is rain, and I'm not... you know what? I'm learning my lesson. I'm going to learn my lesson. I'm going to retreat from this. And I think that counts as a defeat for my daimyo. I'm not quite sure, but I think it does. Which is unfortunate, but I'd rather do that, and I'd rather just fight during good weather. Winter's not great. But it's worse for heavily armored units. And considering that I do have some armor upgrades, but it's on units that don't have heavy armor to begin with, like my Ashigaru, and even my Yari Samurai, even though they have armor upgrades, it's still not too heavy, I don't think. And they have a few units, well, they have a couple units of armor upgrades. Yeah, as long as I can get a clear day. I just need a clear day so I can shoot. That's all that really matters here. And of course, they just used that extra turn to train up another unit. So good on them. They're getting ready for a fight. So let's hope we can get some good weather here and end of this stack before it gets any bigger. So fingers crossed. Come on. Good weather. Light fog. Not really into the fog thing. All right, I'm fighting in light fog. At least it's not snowing, so... Oh, there we go. Yeah, fighting in fog. It's not the worst thing. I can fight in fog. It's... the nice thing about fighting in fog in this game is it does mess up the enemy as well. It does sort of simulate as if the enemy is having a hard time see, so you can kind of sneak up on them, and they can kind of like act out of sorts and kind of not really know what they're doing. It's interesting. They did a good job, I think, of, simulating what it would seem like to not have, good vision for the AI. So it's not just a debuff for the human player. It is actually a problem for the AI as well. But what it does demand is that you have to get your army set up right away. Like before you even start moving your army to go somewhere else, get it set up, or else if you get charged, you're screwed. That is the one thing about fighting in fog that can screw you over. It has just screwed me over many, many times. So I will be getting my guys set up. I can't, again, I'm not super, I can't, see, this is what's fun about playing this game, again, after taking a little bit of a break, is that these maps have not been etched into my brain again. Like I'm sort of looking around, trying to remind myself of how this map plays. And yeah, now that I'm seeing it, I'm kind of remembering. And I think they're going to be here on this right side. And then it's sort of wide open in the middle. And there's, I think, like another forested hill on that side. But I feel like my gut tells me they're going to be around here on this side. But as I said, first thing is first, I do have to get my guys set up. Right off the bat, it does appear that the enemy is on the low ground right in front of me. So that is interesting. Yeah, they all just lined up right in front of me. Are they charging me though? They might be they might be charging me. Ooh, feisty. Yeah, all right, let's get my guys. I mean, I get it. I do get it. I have a very chargeable army considering that I do have range. Yeah, they're just charging. So let's try to back up. Actually, let's try to get myself into a position where I can get, more shots in. Right. So let's get back up here if I can. And what do we have here? Ashigaru. Okay, so their flank here is looking pretty good for me to attack. I don't intend to attack it right away, but let's just put my guys up here to hold this, and that could be my refused flank. Or no, I mean obviously my left flank would be my refused flank, and then my guns, for now at least, can be here. And then yeah, just bring my left flank all the way back, and then make sure that my horses, yeah, my Yari Cav are a little bit beat up, so I do want to keep them out of the action on this fight. All right, yeah, looks like they are pulling that flank in, and that's actually pretty smart. That's pretty good. So they're going to be consolidating their forces, and but the good thing for me is that is going to give me time here to actually get my guys into a good firing position. Maybe like right here, like that would be fantastic if they wanted to attack up into that. Although it does look like they're going to be, yeah, they're falling back. Okay. Interesting. They're going to fall back. Let's get my guys, we don't have to necessarily chase or anything. Remember, this is an army that I want to be able to shoot first before we actually get into a melee engagement. So that's why this is going to be a bit tricky. Obviously, I have to pursue, but I kind of want to wait for them to be set first before I get within, an actual battle range of them. Just because I do have all of my attention focused on their army right here, I just to do my due diligences, let's send some Yari Cav off into that forest just to make sure there's nothing that's going to come up behind me and spook me as I'm focusing in on them. because I do intend on flanking around to the side here, and that's going to leave my rear exposed to this forest. So let's not try to fall for any shenanigans here. Oh, oh, that's it. They're just going to abandon the province. Okay. Sneaky, sneaky. All right. So I'm going to have to fight this army again at a later period. Is it even worth it? Can I get any kills on these guys? Gosh, they're so, no. Maybe them. See, they haven't broken yet though, so they could just turn around and fight. No, I'll let them run away. I don't need to use or lose a unit of cavalry for, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So obviously, indecisive, kind of got blue balled there, but that's, hey, I took a province. Unfortunately, I did destroy a shit ton of buildings, but I did pillage some koku there. And some of their men are going to get trapped inside of this castle. So I can just kill 4 units of Yari Samurai for free because there's no archers to shoot me. So I can just bring my guns up and my archers up to this castle. And it is just a small castle. And yeah, they do have a port there. So yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to leave their general being still a 2-star general, but just an Ashigaru in this case, instead of being this 2-star Yari Samurai. So yeah, that's going to be good for us. Yeah, I could just, wait 2 turns to starve them out, but, I may as well try to keep the castle. And since there is no archers, like I said, it is basically kind of it's a give me, right? It feels free at that point. And now I'm starting to wonder, would they continue to retreat? Because the more they retreat, the more soldiers they can pick up, They can retreat to Mimasaka and pick up that and pick up these forces here in Inaba and Harima. And, eventually they could ball up into a pretty sizable army. So now I'm wondering, how long is this going to go on for? But in any case, that's going to be it for this episode. I got a little bit done, I got a little bit of pushing done into Southern Honshu, and then, I didn't take the fight in Bison, but let's see, it's spring. Yeah, it is spring. So now I will fight in this turn when I start the next episode. But in any case, that's going to have to wait till later. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Concept playing Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.